Welcome back to the special show coming to you from the TCS Seven Hills campus in Cincinnati, Ohio.
The current biggest challenge faced by the Indian IT industry is the steep price and rejection rates for US work visas. Even US President Barack Obama called for an end to tax breaks for companies that outsource work overseas.
If you're a business that wants to outsource jobs, you shouldn't get a tax deduction for doing it. That money should be used to cover moving expenses for companies like Masterlock that decide to bring jobs home.
Call it rhetoric or reality, the protectionist voices are getting louder and the Indian IT industry is under pressure. The Obama administration had earlier increased the work visa fees to fund a border security program. But companies are not unduly worried as clients continue to see the value of offshoring.
Yeah, I have said it always. You don't take an action just to solve one problem. Sure. We are in the business of solving problems for our customers and delivering solutions. Resourcing is one step in the overall value chain. And we started this whole globalization effort several years ago. We started recruiting people in Latin America in 2003. And in the US, in this center about 4 or 5 years ago, at least 4 years ago. And we set up a center in Midland. And we're going to set up another couple of centers in US. We will grow in UK, we'll grow in China. It is about building the resources that we need in order to be able to deliver solutions. Sure. It will also help in staffing because visa is an issue. All companies have been having difficulties in procuring visa. The number of rejections have gone up. So the more people we can have in local markets, that's going to help. But that doesn't mean that we're going reverse offshoring. Sure. Still, our business model is to have almost 70% of resources in global delivery centers, which predominantly is based in India today, with some presence in China and Latin America.
Why I'm asking you this, because you mentioned jobs is the number one, subject, in terms of concern in the US. You're pretty much doing that, adding jobs here, and it's also got to do, with the political pressures, right, as a factor. Not maybe the reason, but one of the factors.
No, I don't think so. I won't want to view it like that because, you can't solve a problem in isolation. Whatever we do, it has to be integrated with the business model. Sure. So we are trying to constantly look at our business model, and our business model has worked extremely well, not only for us, for our customers, and we made a big difference. And time to time we tweak the business model. If you really go back 10 years ago, it was pretty India-centric. Okay. We used to be called an offshoring model. Then we called it a global delivery model, global network delivery model. There was a resource perspective to that, and there is a process perspective to that. The resource perspective is the ability to have these centers in different parts of the world, wherever talent is available and wherever we can be cost efficient. Okay. At the same time, the processes have to mature so that we can use the same tools, methods, etc. seamlessly across these centers so that customers don't feel that this center is good, that center is not good. Sure.
A recent report by an independent research firm showed that in fiscal 2011, 63% of all L1B petitions received a request for evidence and 27% were issued a denial. The denial rate for Indian-born applicants for new L1B petitions rose from 2.8% in fiscal 2008 to 22.5% in fiscal 2009.
If you look at what is happening in the US, it is companies like Microsoft, companies like Dell. They are asking for higher quota for visas because the country lacks skilled manpower. And that has to come from somewhere, that is from countries like India. So I think not only the offshore companies who are asking for increase in visas, it is also the domestic company in the US who actually want it because there is lack of resources in that country. That's why I'm saying economic realities are bigger, but political noise will come because there is an election here.
According to the IT industry body NASSCOM, Indian IT firms have created over 25,000 jobs in the US over the last few years.
There will be some gap when the enforcement of the policy happens and how companies, various clients will take that. There will be large amount of work that can happen out of India and it will continue to work. But what clients are repeatedly realizing is that there is a value for them to have that few critical resources who are local.
And not just jobs. According to the Indian Foreign Secretary, the Indian IT industry has contributed $15 billion as taxes in the last 5 years to the US government. But here's what is interesting beyond the local hiring story. Indian IT companies are looking beyond the Silicon Valley to grow their presence in the US and are seriously investing in smaller cities. Silicon Valley, with a strong technology startup ecosystem, has traditionally been where Indian IT companies have looked to invest. But now cities like Cincinnati, Midland and many other smaller cities are fast gaining prominence as Indian IT companies are looking to expand.
Ohio changed its tax climate in 2006 and streamlined it, made it more business friendly, got rid of the state corporate earnings tax, and reduced the rates on the individual income taxes and got rid of some other taxes as well. So for us, that was half the battle right there, was making Ohio more business friendly.
The Indian business community is making a great contribution to the economic health of greater Cincinnati and Claremont County. With job creation, the big focus right now, what we're finding is that more than ever before, individuals and organizations, and particularly companies, are beginning to talk to each other, particularly because of the opportunities that global markets bring to those companies.
Also, places like Cincinnati, which has a large number of Fortune 500 companies, bring in the crucial proximity to customers and potential clients. Companies like TCS are looking to grow their presence in the US and will look at new Tier 2 cities to expand.
Apart from Cincinnati, we have Midland in Michigan. We just inaugurated a center in Santa Clara. And this year, hopefully, you will see another couple of centers coming up in other parts of United States. We are always looking for the right talent. And the right talent happens to be in many of these places. Hiring locals always certainly helps. Creating jobs in the community helps. And also, it is the right talent that you are marrying to the work that you're looking at.
But experts feel Silicon Valley will still remain a #1 priority for most Indian IT firms. Even the local government authorities are getting more aggressive to attract these companies.
There would be no Silicon Valley without that community. And the diaspora that's represented from that continent, because there's many ethnic groups, language, religions. It's a very pluralistic continent. So, plus, being under British rule for a while, the English language is not strange to them.
Clearly, as the expansion plans are drawn up, the Indian IT industry will continue to show their commitment not just to clients, but also to the growth of the US economy by creating more local jobs and boost revenues for these small cities.
That's all we have for you on this special show. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned to NDTV.